At all the meals that Jesus had, it was an open table. No one was excluded. Everyone is God's children. He loves everyone. And in the story today of the leper, remember the first reading, the little bell was read very well, unclean, unclean. People were afraid that the life of the community was going to be affected by this sinner who brought on this disease. And therefore what they did, they separated. But what does the gospel tell us? It says that those people who were excluded from society recognized something in Jesus, that they came to Jesus, but even more, that Jesus, because people are what matter, Jesus violates the religious and cultural taboo, and he reaches out and he touches them. God and Jesus embraces everyone. And then, having been healed, he says this thing, go and show yourselves to the priests. Now what does that mean? The priests in the time of Jesus were, in a kind of a way, they were the gate into the community. If the community was threatened, they were powerful. In the name of the community, they excluded. And therefore, when someone was healed, Jesus says to them, go back to the gates of the community and reinsert yourself into that community that excluded you, the community to which you belong. And you can imagine, I remember in a parish I was in, there was a guy who was an alcoholic. He used to run around the parish sometimes in his underwear. His nickname was Geronimo. He went through the whole recovery program and he became a minister of the Eucharist. A very devoted and a very holy man, a very grounded man. The criticism from some in the community, they want to exclude him because of his past. It's so easy to become self-righteous without recognizing it. And Jesus said to the people who are excluded, you belong in my community. Reinsert yourself. Go back to that community. The community to which you are isolated from. Because it's to that community that you belong. As you know, being a nationalist from the north of Ireland, we felt in our history growing up excluded from government and from jobs. And that hurt. And it was handed on from generation to generation. It's now that that hurt is being listened to. As a church, as a community, we need to listen to people who feel excluded by us. God's present in them. Bidden or unbidden, God is there. God doesn't make rubbish. God made us all, and we're all invited into communion to communicate with each other. And in the presence of each other, we'll find the true God. Just pause for a moment and reflect on a word. We, the Church, congratulate you and rejoice with you on still celebrating the sacrament of married love. And so today, I invite you to renew your marriage vows. And I just asked, first of all, the end of my question for the women to say, if they want to, I do. You who are my wife, I want to renew the commitment I made to you on our wedding day. I promise to be true to you in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health. This is really for the husband. I will love you and honour you all the days of my life. There's no men. And now for the women. You, my husband, I want to renew the commitment I made to you on our wedding day. I promise to be true to you in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health. I will love you and honour you all the days of my life. The women were more vocal. You have renewed your wedding vows in the presence of the Lord in this community. May the Lord in His goodness deepen your commitment to one another and fill you both with His blessings. Renewal of vows can also be painful to those who have lost their partners. So I'd like to make a little prayer and ask you to say I do to this. Lord, I thank you for the gift of my marriage. Through my soulmate, you have revealed your love for me on a daily basis. Will you renew your commitment to love God and other people according to your present state in life? And single people often feel left out. So I'm going to ask the single people to say I do. Will you renew your commitment to love as a single person all those you have chosen to share your life with? Peter and I will do it privately afterwards. And now the collection will be taken up. And just to say that the annual collection of Accord, the Diocesan Agie for Marriage and the Family will be taken as an exit collection after all the Masses this weekend. Accord offers marriage preparation courses, counselling for couples and individuals experiencing difficulties in their relationships, marital sexual therapy and relationships and sexuality programmes in school. Friday is the feast of the solemn commemoration of the Passion. It's a big Passionist feast. The Friday, it's only a wee Passion celebrated. The 10 a.m. Mass on Friday will be celebrated by Father Bernard and myself.
Our offertory hymn will be Take Our Bread, number 387 in your red hymn books. 387, please.